All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. I think we got a good number. We got 48 participants in our Zoom meeting. And as I presented myself before, my name is Oscar Fonseca, and I'm one of the career counselors here at California State University, San Bernardino. And I want to be one to welcome you today on this exciting morning and to our presentation for the College of Sciences and the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to participate in our presentation for you to better understand our career services and the value of career services within the university, as well as how you're able to manage and navigate the choosing and the thought process of how to fully monetize your degree once you graduate. But with that being said, we want to go on to the next slide. If Valentina D, you would like to have a quick introduction of yourself to the rest of the participants here in our Zoom meeting.
Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Valentina Felix, and I'm one of 3 career counselors at Cal State San Bernardino. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you, Valentina.
And hi everyone, I'm Denise Perez-Florez. I'm another career counselor from the Career Center at CSUSB. We're really glad to have you here today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you very much. And then without, as important as each and every one of us, we got our peer career educators, our PCEs, Crystal, Lauren, Christian. Would you mind introducing yourself and giving a slight welcome to everybody who's participating today?
Hello everyone, my name is Crystal Rosas. I'm a PCE with the Career Center. I'm a second-year bio major, and I'm excited to share some cool info with you guys.
Thank you, Crystal.
Hi everyone, my name is Christian. I'm a PCE at the Palm Desert campus, and I am a pre-criminal justice major.
Thank you,
hi, I'm Lauren Juarez. I'm PC here at CSUSB, the San Bernardino campus, and I'm super excited to be here. And I'm a 4th year majoring in administration.
Thank you, Lauren. So let's get right to it. One of the things we wanted to understand and to kind of put out there is let's have a conversation about the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is something that we all, and again, all meaning every single person in this meeting has been dealing with, and it has been this pandemic, COVID-19, which has brought a lot of uncertainty, has brought a lot of anxiety, and has brought a lot of, thoughts of not knowing what we're gonna do next, especially when it comes to career development, especially when it comes to knowing what you're gonna do with your career, and especially when deciding what major you're gonna go forward. I'm here to tell you that we as a Career Center, we're here to acknowledge those feelings. We're here to acknowledge those frustrations. But more importantly, we're also here to help you in conjunction with us as a collaborator together to figure out and to start exploring the options that you will have moving forward in your career post COVID-19, and how things like Zoom and interviewing remotely and connecting with people with telecommunication software is and will continue to become the norm moving forward. I still feel that there's things that are gonna come back to normal and adjusted to the way traditional business it has been done in the past. But I also feel that a lot of these new techniques are gonna be things that are gonna be staying for the long haul. And I think as a Career Center, you as a student need to be open and need to be adjustable and need to evolve with these new factors of communication. But with that being said, the next slide is a slide that typically gives you a straight definition of what a Career Center is. A Career Center is typically located on a college campus. These centers are specifically designed to assist students with honoring their job search skills, identifying and working towards career goals, finding suitable careers or graduate school programs, getting referrals to employers, while boosting something that I love and I respect, boosting your networking skills, right? Networking skills are going to be things and items that are going to be integral in connecting to the opportunities in the future. By coming to the Career Center, you are going to have the opportunity to build those skills, connect with students, connect with staff that fully understand and value that perspective, how you're going to move forward with those opportunities. Next slide, please. This list here gives you a very tight, but at the same time, very straightforward offering of what the Career Center does and does not do. So as a Career Center, we're here to help you with resumes, cover letter, career planning, more importantly, obviously goal setting, job search, internships, interview skills, career assessments, so on and so forth. With that being said, many students, have come to me and we have various conversations. I know Denise and Valentina feel the same way, as that students come to me and they tell me, well, I don't have to worry about career services. I got 4 years. I got time, right? One thing that you're going to realize and understand is that if you felt that your high school career went fast, your college career is going to feel even faster. And so the sooner you're able to connect to career services, the better, so that you're able to establish those communication skills and able to establish how you're going to manage your jobs in the future. Next, please. And again, I really like this slide because these are questions that students typically ask. Why should I visit the Career Center, right? And the number one reason, as posted on the slide, is staffed by professionals who are specifically trained to assist college students with career-related concerns. Again, you may have chosen a major because it's something that was cool, or because somebody told you, or because you're being told. We've also had those experiences where students share with us that, a parent or a friend or someone is kind of sharing with you that you should go within these industries. But also know that this is also your option, your decision to know how to flourish within that course of study that you're interested in and being a part of. It's staffed by staff members work closely with the employers who will someday hire you. This statement is as true can be. We are connected with many local industries and companies and organizations and state and government and local county opportunities. And people are giving us a call and saying, hey, we're looking for people in this round, we're looking for people in that round. And if you're that student that is staying consistently connected to us in various ways in our activities, or even working for our Career Center, or just being an active participant of the Career Center activities and events, you will be top of mind. You will be top of mind. And if we feel that an opportunity is relatable to one of you who stay connected, we're going to make that connection and that recommendation to that recruiter to get in contact with you regarding potential opportunities. This is the best place on campus to help you figure out what you want to do with your life and how. I know that the majority of you who are here in our Zoom meeting are incoming freshmen. So know that some of you feel this way, is that you're trying to still explore. So we have various assessments. We have various opportunities to have a conversation with you in regards to what are your options or what type of careers you can connect based on the degree that you want to complete. But more importantly, we want to have an organic conversation with you to kind of get down why you're choosing this particular major and why you're choosing this particular goal, so that it fits best for you. Again, our center is loaded with career resources, whether on print or on a computer. Next option, please. Again, as I share with you, we are connected with employers and opportunities for you. And what better way of you connecting with us so that you are able to connect with those hot off the press job opportunities. Next slide, please. And again, this is a good place to meet other students who share your worries. I specifically like this particular recommendation because a lot of students do feel this way. But this is the point where I get a little bit direct and upfront with students, is that this is also going to take some work, right? This is also going to take some role and responsibility from your side. This is also going to be something that we can give you the resources We can have, websites that are easily managed, that are user-friendly. You can have the best CSUSB Career Center team, which I truly believe that we are. You can have all these amazing resources, but if you as a student don't do the work and don't do your own, allow yourself to know potentially what you want to do with your degree, then it's not going to work out. We really want to know where you're at. We really want to know where you're willing to go. And more importantly, we really want to know what you don't want to do, right? And so you're not going to know that unless you volunteer, unless you intern, unless you work for us here at the Career Center, unless you connect to another department within the university. I want you to know that your academia is as important as your connectedness to your career and how you're developing your structure and customer service and your professional development and elaborating within your resume. But last but not least, I love the last point, you're paying for it, right? This is something that you pay for. This is something that is paid on your student dues. Come take full advantage of us. Come and take connection with us. Come and make an appointment with us. There is a QR code in the corner of the presentation through Handshake. Later on, you'll get a step-by-step instruction how to make an appointment with us. But if you're ready to set up and make an appointment with us, come and talk to us. We really take pride in having conversations with our students and to customize that conversation based on your needs. So know that we're here to help. And now I'm gonna move it forward with my colleague, Ms. Denise, who will have a great conversation with you regarding the review of our newly developed 4-year roadmap. Take it away, Denise.
Thank you, Oscar, for that information. Oscar did a great setup for me to get into this next piece. This is that planning piece. This is that letting us show you what you need to do to prepare yourself for these next 4 years, right? And some of you may want to map this all out already, and some of you may wait, depending on who you are and like how you like to do things. But what I'm going to do now is go into a preview of our map. So give me 1 second. Let me just pull that up. Let's see here. So I know you guys saw the email. You saw what we're going to be speaking about today, and we're going to touch on a few of those points. I'm going to give you the resources that you're going to need. So like Oscar's mentioned, this is a first time for us, for the Career Center at CSUSB, to launch this 4-year pathway map. It's a pretty generalized map that will cover some really key points and elements to career development that each of you are going to need, whether you're an SBS, so social behavioral sciences major, or if you fall into the College of Natural Sciences. There are some key things that you're going to need to know for each of you throughout your time, not only with us, but after you leave us. And so, as it says right here, you're going to commit to your success by following this roadmap. You define your future, and that's a big element of CSUSB, right? You get to define that, and we get to help you with that piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into that first year. Like Oscar mentioned, the majority of you should be freshmen. This is where we targeted this for. We launched this fall to make sure that we are doing our due diligence to prepare you early and help you plan, along the way. We did create a new website page. We'll be sending this out, this preview map, within the next couple of weeks. We're going to also post these videos and this map on our website, and we're actually in the process of having a full map created that gives you the resources that go along with each year for each of those checklist items. And this can be essentially looked at as a checklist. It's not everything that you can do, or it's not everything you have to do, but it's definitely highly suggested that you follow this, and you will probably be more successful if you follow this than if you don't. So I just say take advantage of what we have to offer, and definitely take advantage of following these steps. So one of the first steps here, now if you're a freshman, and I think I mentioned this in our last session, we are now part of the CSU system, and we were one of the few campuses that were part of a semester type of setup. We were actually a quarter setup, and now we're semester. So these units now will be from 0 to 29 semester units. You will be a freshman. That will be your kind of quote unquote label. They'll also call you first year students as well. And all of you are unique and individual to your own plan through college and your future in your careers. And one of the first things we want to make sure you do since now you're connected to us already, you're going to go to our Career Center website. And later on, Valentina is going to show you how to do that and where that's at and what you can access from the website. I'm sure all of you are pretty, most likely technologically savvy. You're on the website. I'm sure you're on maybe social media, or you go online a lot now, especially with our situation we have going on. And Career Center, our services and our resources are all virtual right now. So this whole fall, we will be virtual. We are providing all of our services through an online format. But our website is going to provide you with everything you're going to need to get you started and everything you're going to need to take you through. Handshake. So Handshake is a platform that's going to allow you to make appointments with us, but also allow you to look for opportunities, to gain insight into employers that are looking for individuals to bring on as interns or to hire as employees. There's also volunteer opportunities and fellowship opportunities and different things for you to be aware of, like events that we're hosting and even events that employers are hosting through Handshake. And Handshake is a platform that's used, you know, throughout the country. A lot of universities and colleges use it. And if an employer is wanting us to post their position on our website and our Handshake account platform, it is geared towards you as a CSUSB student. So they're actually looking for you. They want to bring you on board and give you that experience that you're maybe looking for, and then also help you for that last stage, right? So you're in that senior year, you need to go on to that next stage in your life, and there might be that first job out of college, right? So we want to make sure that you have that Handshake profile created. We want to make sure you know how to use it and you take advantage of it. Meeting with a career counselor. We are career counselors, so a little bit of a insight for you. We have academic advising, we have career counseling, and then I want to throw in the counseling and psychological services. And if I make it like a triangle, if you think about yourself as a high school student, you know, when you were in high school, most likely that counselor that you had, or school counselor, they might have covered all those pieces for you. Helped you get through your schooling academically. They might help you with some social emotional issues. And then they may have helped you, of course, plan for life after high school, right? Well, on the university campus, and specifically ours, we're kind of separated, but we all work together. We're connected. So the academic advisors, they help you with the planning of your classes. And you're going to need that, right? You're going to need the support to kind of get you through, to make sure you're on track to graduate when you want to graduate, make sure you complete their degree requirements and earn that degree. The career counselors are here to support you not only as another piece to the academic piece. We're not providing academic advising, but we are helping to support you through that process, but adding in that outside of the classroom experience. What are you doing? You're earning this degree, but what are you doing as a hand-in-hand piece to it to make yourself more marketable once you get out, to fully utilize, you know, and gain that value for your degree. So when you leave, you are going to be more successful out there in the world of work, which essentially I'm thinking you're probably going to want to get a job. And you might have various reasons why you want to get that job after you get out of college. But you might have had that in your mind, like, oh, if I go to college and get a degree, then I'll get that job. Well, we want to make sure that you know the degree is great, but you also need to have experience. And so this map has a lot of key check marks or check boxes that are going to prompt you to go get that experience, because you're going to need to have it. So meeting with us to get you started, whether you do it now in the fall or you do it in the spring, we want to make sure that you at least connect with us at one point during your first year to get you started on the right path to then move on to your sophomore year, right? And at least one time throughout your time at Cal State San Bernardino in your 4 years. So at least 4 times you should meet with us, at least. I'm thinking you should meet with us way more than that, but I would say at least 4 times, at least to help you to get more successful. We have also in your first year, maybe you're someone who does not want to connect with a career counselor right away. Maybe you're wanting to wait a little bit. Maybe you're not feeling 100% comfortable. I myself was extremely shy growing up, extremely shy in undergrad. I actually did not go to the career center. I did not connect with a career counselor. And I actually did that after I graduated because I had to choose a different career path. So if I had, you know, in hindsight, if I had connected with a career counselor, if I connected with a career center, I probably would have had a better idea of what I wanted to do and what I should have done sooner. But, you know, I am where I am now, and this is great. You know, when we all learn things along the way based on our experiences, but it definitely would have helped to be connected more and to go to some workshops. Workshops are going to be a great way for you to make that initial contact. This right here actually is a great initial contact. The next step could be you saying, okay, I'm going to look at the website. I'm going to see what workshops they have, and I'm going to go in Handshake, make my profile, and now I'm going to go attend another workshop, and then I'm also going to make an appointment. That's you right there taking control of yourself in this, very independent time in your life now. You are an adult and these decisions are yours. And we're here to help you make those decisions and support you along the way. Identifying a mentor on campus. So because you're going to be connected to the university, there are a lot of people here to help you, whether it's a faculty member, an advisor, someone from maybe you're part of the SAIL program, or you're part of even a mentoring program. We have a lot of mentoring programs on campus that are here to support students, or whatever it is. Wherever you're getting involved, you do want to make sure that you are trying to identify who is someone that can support you, maybe that is outside of your household, maybe outside of your small circle. Someone that, like, for example, there was a student in the session before this one. She wants to go into physical therapy. She messaged me privately because I mentioned physical therapy. I used to want to be a physical therapist. I could potentially be someone that's her first identified mentor, maybe, to help her get to that path, because I actually know the field very well. And if that is what she wants to do, I could help her, support her along the way. So if you find that person, whether it's maybe you're in psychology, you want to be a psychologist, and you have a really great psychology professor, you want to start to make those connections, build a relationship, and that's what it's essentially about. Building a relationship that's beneficial not only to you, but also for them. You can learn a lot from them, and they can learn a lot from you, and you can work hand in hand together to get you meet your goals. And then the last piece here that we want to make sure you definitely do this first year as a freshman, and some of you may already have a resume. Okay, you may have already learned how to develop that in high school, but now you're in this next level. You need to have a very solid resume that you feel confident about, and that's something that we can offer to help you with. We have resources on our website that Valentina is going to go over in a little bit to show you how you can get started. And we're here to help you through the process. It's not easy. Writing a resume is not easy. It's a whole different type of language you're using and way of structuring this document that's basically a marketing document for you to launch out there to employers to say, here's me on paper, please bring me in for an interview. And you got to make sure it looks good and that it sounds good. And we're going to help you do that. So those are the key pieces that we want to make sure you know for sure. Going straight into CSUSB, start on the right track and make sure you check these things off your list. It's going to be very helpful for you. I'm going to briefly touch on the next 3 years after that. And I want to make sure that I mention that I meet with students sometimes, and they're sometimes thinking that they're not on the right track because maybe their friend is ahead of them, or their friend is taking advantage of this and they don't know how to do that. Or maybe you feel like you are more shy and you don't know how to approach certain things. I want to tell you that, everyone's unique, everyone's different, everybody has their own path, their own timeline. I like to say timeline because, maybe we think we should be, a boss of a company at 25, but maybe that might happen, maybe that might not. And I think that having that positive mindset to know that as long as you're putting in the time and the effort, you'll get to where you want to be eventually. And I think being okay with that timeline that you create one, but be okay with adjusting that if you need to. I think Oscar brought that up, making sure you're able to adjust and adapt to changes and things that come up is going to be also very important for your career development. So in your sophomore year, you want to take a look at, okay, now you got your feet wet a little bit, you're a freshman, now you're moving into your sophomore year. Now you want to maybe dive out a little bit and get some experiences. And you may also want to start thinking ahead, like you're going to graduate in 3 years. What am I going to do when I get out of school? What kind of career do I want to have? What does that look like? You can do something as simple as conducting an informational interview. Maybe you, like I mentioned, maybe I know some physical therapists and you want to be a physical therapist, or maybe you want to be a psychologist. And maybe you know somebody, or you've heard somebody who is either doing that, or you know somebody who has a friend, or maybe your parent has a friend, and you know that they're a psychologist. You can actually reach out to them and schedule a short period of time, a brief meeting to actually learn about what that job looks like in real life. And I say that because we can read about being a psychologist all day, but what does it actually look like? What does it entail? What does a day in the life of a psychologist look like? So you want to know as much information you can to help you make these more informed decisions about your career. The third point there, have your resume cover letter review. So we don't mention the cover letter in the first piece, but I will throw it in for the second piece, because if you're going to start applying for positions, you want to have a cover letter. Some students tell me, well, I don't think it's necessary. Maybe they didn't ask for it. Maybe I don't need it. Well, it's actually a great document to have kind of paired up with your resume, because it can help to build that bridge or make that bridge a connection between you and the employer, or you and that position. Where if they have a resume and there's 50 resumes that are coming through to an employer, and maybe only 5 of you send in a cover letter, you're probably going to get looked at a little bit more than those who just send them a resume, because you can actually tailor that cover letter as a personalized note to the employer to help them better understand why they should bring you in for an interview. Why do you want this position? What do you have to offer? And you can help elaborate on some key highlights from your background and your experiences, and also what your interests are in that cover letter. And having those documents reviewed by, whether it's a peer career educator in our office, which we've trained them on these 2 very important documents, or a career counselor, having someone look at these documents is very helpful. So we want to make sure that you do access us to have that time that you spend with those very important documents. Getting involved, whether it's going to be through an experiential learning opportunity, like Oscar was mentioning, volunteering, job shadowing, internships, on-campus jobs, or even joining a club or organization, it's a way for you to get really connected and start utilizing some of the skills you're learning, and even to gain more, and figure out, maybe you think you want to do a certain job, but then you go and you shadow a person doing the job, and you're like, I don't think I want to do that. It's really puts the real world perspective in your face, and it allows you to really hone in on, like Oscar mentioned, hone in on your skills, gain some skills, and then also figure out, is something the right fit for you, by having that hands-on piece. And then also to build your resume. So if you want to become a manager one day, or if you want to become a psychologist one day, you're going to want to make sure that you get experiences that relate to that. And the sooner you do it, the better you're going to be. And of course, continue working with your mentor. So make sure you got to identify the mentor first. You can also get more than one mentor. We have mentors for different things. So that's another thing to keep in mind too. And I didn't mention that earlier, but definitely not only having that one strong connected, but maybe you have multiple strong connections, and they can all support you in different ways. So then we move into your junior year. And one of the things that pops out on here for me to make sure I reiterate to you is branding your professional identity. Who are you now? Now you're in your 3rd year. You've had some time to get some experiences. You had some time to learn some new things. You're in a college setting, and you might change a little bit. You're going to grow. You're going to develop. You're going to evolve. You're going to meet people that are very like-minded. You're going to meet people that are very different. You're going to change a little bit, and you're going to also start to develop that sense of who you are, and who you are as a potential career professional in the future, and who you want to be. So what do you want people to see you for? What do you want to be known for? What kind of difference do you want to make in the world? What kind of impact do you want to have? Who do you want to work with? Start to gather those things for yourself, and then pushing that out there too. So LinkedIn is a great platform. We highly recommend that students get a profile built for that platform. It's going to connect you, worldwide, to employers, to professionals, to associations. There's all kinds of different things that fall into what LinkedIn can offer, and also what it can, how it can benefit you too. And we are someone who, we are a center who very much promotes that, and we can also help you develop that. Networking with professionals, faculty, staff, employers, and alumni. The word networking, I used to not like it, but because I didn't understand it. But it essentially means that you're just connecting. Even if you connect with one person, all of us are here today. There's 6 of us, I think, here today. There's peer career educators, and there's 3 career counselors. Even connecting with us can be that stepping stone to then you connecting to a professional in a field you want to go into, or an employer that may be looking for an opportunity. Maybe looking for hiring individuals for an opportunity they have to offer. We get emails and postings on a regular basis looking for people. I actually got a couple emails in the last couple of weeks of 2 entities that are looking for interns right now. Like they're on the search for interns for the fall and for the spring. So there opportunities are out there. You gotta know the right people, meaning the Career Center staff, and in connecting with people, because it's going to help you in the long run. Research graduate or professional programs and attend information sessions. So I mentioned this earlier in my other session that, I know a lot of times people may think they need to go to graduate school. They need to go get that master's degree after they get out of undergrad. And some of you may need that, some of you may not. And then some of you may want to do it. And I think for that particular piece, You want to make sure you know what your purpose is behind that, just like you may have planned out what your purpose was for getting your undergraduate degree. But exploring those things, knowing what's out there, knowing what programs have to offer, and also going to information sessions that can provide you with more insight into what an actual graduate or professional program looks like and what you need to do to get into one of those is very important. Of course, we have the resume and cover letter piece there. I think in general, over the time you're at CSUSB, whether you're a freshman or a senior or a junior, you need to make sure that you are constantly updating your resume, making sure you are getting better at writing that resume and that cover letter to help you, be more marketable when you graduate. And then internships. I think we have it there twice. We have it there in your sophomore year, and then we have it again more heavily stated for junior year, because that's when you're going to start probably knowing more about your major, more about your career field, or even the opportunities out there. And then you might have to do an internship for your major, depending on what major you're in, or you might not. But I think at the end of the day, it's probably one of the most important pieces that I believe that you should truly take advantage of, because it's going to allow you to apply what you're learning in the classroom into a workplace, into the real world, and into a career field maybe that's related to where you want to go. And so, employers are highly looking for new college graduates to have had that experience. And so it's going to just kind of set you above others who don't have that experience. So getting an internship is very important. And of course, we're here to support you with that. And this last piece here, like I said, now we're looking 4 years down the road. It's kind of far out, but you already have the map laid out. So all you kind of have to do is follow the steps. And when you have questions, come to us and say, hey, I want to really work on my, maybe you're going to be in your freshman year, finishing up next year, you're going to your sophomore year, and you're like, I really need to connect with the Career Center so I can get ready for my sophomore year and start planning. And maybe you come back for your junior year and start planning based off this checklist. And that would be great, a great way for you to kind of follow along with this. Some things that I'll mention here for the senior year that I think are important. We do have a lot of career fairs, expos. We have networking panels. A great way for you to connect with employers that are speaking to you, have opportunities, and want to kind of just promote. They want to promote what they have to offer, but they also want to connect with you and help you, get those opportunities. And so definitely important that you connect and stay connected to the Career Center, know what events are coming up, and attend these events. Even if you think it's not a job you don't want, maybe you find out that there's a job that they do have that you do want and you didn't even know they had. So it's a great way for you to also see what's out there. Now, I think I kind of skipped over something in our sophomore year. I'm gonna go back real quick. We have this platform, it's called the CSUSB Big Interview Platform. It is amazing. I was introduced to it from somebody from the College of Business. They showed me this platform and I really wanted to get it for the Career Center, so I pushed for it and we got it. It provides you with curriculum to not only to learn about interviewing, but you can then practice what you're learning. So, and then you can get reviewed by a Career Center staff member or someone else. And you can also review yourself. So it's a really great platform. It's provided to you at no cost. And it's something that, the more you practice your interviewing skills, the better you're going to get, and the higher chance you're going to have when you get out there and look for that job. So the last piece here, or an additional piece to that, is when you have already practiced enough online, now you can set up an appointment with a career counselor and do that face-to-face interview, that practice. Get you prepared for that job interview or that grad school interview, whatever it's going to be used for. You can actually have a one-on-one, real live practice with a career counselor, and we can give you that direct feedback in the moment. And I think that a lot of students, they'll say, oh my God, this is really intimidating. But because they did that, they felt more confident going into their interview. And a lot of them have gotten positions because of that. And they've come back and told us. So I know what we're doing is working. And it was a lot of work for them. It wasn't just one appointment. They maybe come back for a few appointments. But, that's what we're here for. One other thing here I'll mention is the tailoring of resumes and cover letters for job applications. So once you start building that resume, once you start getting really good at your writing for the resume and cover letter, you'll start, and it's something you might want to do even earlier, but you'll really want to know how to review that job description. What is an employer looking for, and how can you make yourself look like this employer, like the candidate the employer is looking for? How are you going to connect those dots for them so they can say, wow, this is a great candidate. I want to bring them in for an interview. We can teach you how to do that tailoring. And so when you get out there, you're going to have a higher chance of getting that job. And then this last piece I'll just mention is when you do those applications for graduate, professional, or other post-baccalaureate programs, I like to say that when those students come in and ask me to help them with this, I always have them go take me through the process they went through when they applied to undergrad for the bachelor programs. For CSUSB, what did you do? What did you have to turn in? What did you have to complete? Take me through the steps, because that process might look a little daunting, like, oh no, it's grad school, this is a big thing, how do I do this? You kind of already have the tools and the skills to actually take that step. You just need a little bit of more support and guidance on a couple extra things that you may not know about. And so we're here to help you with that piece too. And one other thing I think I forgot to mention in our last session, but attending professional conferences, conventions, networking opportunities, again, it's that connecting piece. You got to get out there. If you just stay inside the classroom, you just stay inside your room, you might not know what's out there. You might not even be able to have those opportunities at your fingertips, versus if you go out and take advantage of things that are available to you. It's something definitely I didn't take advantage of when I was an undergrad. I wish I would have. I did do a lot more in my grad program, and I was so excited that I got a chance to be more connected and go to things and get involved. So there's a lot of information here. Like I said, this is a preview of the handout. We're going to be creating a whole map with all the checklists and the resources that go along with each checklist item. And Valentina is going to touch on a few of those resources right now. Like I mentioned, this is going to be on our website. We're going to send out a follow-up email, and you're going to have this planning document available to you as you're starting here at CSUSB.
And this is perfect, Denise, because we're exactly at the 20-minute warning. Perfect.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Denise. So you just received a whole bunch of information, and now I'm going to show you where to find a lot of the resources you're going to use during your first year in college with regards to your future, depending on what major or field you chose. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. So here we're at the homepage for the Career Center. The Career Center's homepage, you could just Google CSUSB Career Center. And what you're going to end up using the most is probably right here where it says Students and Alumni. Okay. So this tab under Students and Alumni, you're going to find all kinds of information. We have our new 4-year roadmap page, meeting with the counselor, our virtual drop-in services. But over here, you're wondering probably, how do I find out more about what career opportunities are open to me depending on what degree I've selected, right? So I always love showing students this option about how to explore different jobs depending on what they want to do with their future. So we've paid for this service. It's called What Can I Do with This Major? Okay, everyone should be using this as soon as possible. So at Cal State San Bernardino, we have so many criminal justice and sociology and psychology majors, in addition to some of our other sciences. So right here, but so many of them, they don't know, they chose a major, but they're not thinking what job they should be focusing on. So you really should be focusing on the options that you have. So since we have so many criminal justice majors at Cal State San Bernardino, I'm going to go ahead and choose criminal justice. Here we have first, and you want to look at different areas. So the first area is social services, but I could go into judicial and law or law enforcement. So depending on what area you're selecting, even business, consulting, private security, surveillance, internet security, there's lots of different options. So first focus on what area you want to focus and go into, and then it'll show you what different employers you have as options, and then how do you get there? You know, what should you be focusing on while you're in college so that you're prepared to meet with these employers, right? For some of you, if it's further education, so it'll say here, earn a master's degree. You should know immediately for the job that you want, should you have a bachelor's or do I need a master's or further education? Know that early so you can plan accordingly, right? So we have this for all of the majors that we offer at Cal State San Bernardino. And again, you would find this by going to students and alumni, explore majors and career, and you'll find that, right? Additional resources that Denise touched upon in that four-year pathway, you're gonna see all right here. But one of the things that Denise encouraged you to do was to attend events. We have for this upcoming fall semester, 14 different workshops offering, and they're all being conducted during what we call the Coyote Hour. Coyote Hour is that hour that there are no classes scheduled. So if you are looking, maybe your professor's offering extra credit. These are all Zoom and they're easy to participate in, and it has a lot of great information. But in addition to our workshops, we also have virtual career fairs, and we have YouTube channels and career expos and our internship workshop series. So if you need some help getting an internship, which I highly recommend that you do, come and see us, right? So in addition to the Career Center offerings on our website, this was just one page. There are so many different pages to explore. But I also want to guide you to the college-specific offerings. So let me go ahead and open that page. So you are CSUSB, SBS. Okay, so for the social and behavioral sciences, there are these things called centers and institutes, right? You can find it at the college home site. Depending on what you're thinking about going into as far as your degree, there's different types of opportunities that are open to you. All of these centers are overseen by faculty at Cal State San Bernardino. So if you're thinking about going into child development or helping the aging population, counseling services, we have economic development, indigenous people, labor studies, Islamic and Middle Eastern studies. We have a Center for Study of Hate and Extremism, criminal justice, and Project Rebound. These are all overseen by faculty, and if you're thinking about going on to further education, you're going to want to make sure that you're connected strongly with faculty. They're the individuals that are going to offer you opportunities from their own network, whether it's graduate schools, internships, fellowships, research. All these centers do research, and you want to get engaged with that type of work with faculty. They are going to be the ones that you're going to ask for letters of recommendation. But if they don't know who you are, they can't write those very well. And you need strong letters of rec, right? So make sure you go to their office hours. The faculty are lonely individuals during office hours because nobody goes to speak with them. So make sure that you take that option to have that one-on-one engagement with faculty. Find out what their research is, find out what their focus is, and see if it's something that you can possibly participate in. I'm going to stop share here. So that's just the centers. But Denise, can you go to that next page on the PowerPoint? And the following page. Okay, so these are college-specific resources, right? So we've talked about the 11 centers, and this is where you're going to be able to do research, internships, faculty engagement, those types of things. There were so many resources that I found in all the different academic departments, and I only listed a few here. But here we have, there's in the econ department, they had their own internship page. For geography, they had a page on internships and careers. If there's any GIS students, you should know now there's tons of internships at Esri, which is in Redlands. They serve the whole globe, and their home office is in Redlands. Find out how you can do an internship with them. History students, sociology, political science, careers in psychology. Psychology is a huge, huge major, a huge department here at Cal State San Bernardino. But what's the number one question I get with psychology majors? Well, I'm not sure what I can do with this career field. They have options. We have options on our website. Oscar, I know, gets a ton of questions from psychology students asking, what can I do with this major? I took it because it was offered at PDC, but what should I do now as far as a job? You know, we have tons of resources and feedback and some advice for you, but you will never get this information unless you come see us, okay? Again, this QR code in the corner of the PowerPoint slides, this QR code is so you can be directed to Handshake. Lauren's going to go over how to navigate Handshake. Handshake is where you're going to be able to make an appointment with us, okay? So I was blown away at how much information all the various departments offered for their students. And I bet you the majority of students do not take advantage of these resources. And you are going to be the one that will. You are going to be the one where you find yourself senior year, one semester left, and you have to negotiate 5 job offerings, 5 graduate school acceptance letters, and you're going to be able to decide where you want to go, what you want to do, and how much money you're going to make, how much lifestyle you're going to enjoy for yourself. And you know how you're going to do that? Because you're going to come see the Career Center. And with that, I'm going to leave it to Lauren.
Actually, I think we were going on to Christian, I believe.
Oh, Christian.
But Valentina, you were on a roll. I was like, yes, yes.
Yes.
So right now we're going to jump to Christian. Christian is going to actually provide us with some do's and don'ts for you freshmen. Christian actually put this together and collaborated with the career counseling team to launch this out. And this will be part of that full map when we get done with it. But Christian, go ahead and take it away with these do's and don'ts.
Okay, my name is Christian. I was recently a first-year student, also a freshman. And I took these into consideration since it was kind of hard for me to transition from high school to college. And I would like to start with the do's, just some tips. You want to take advantage of university services, say us, Career Center, the library, the Recreation Wellness Center, the Counseling and Psychological Services, and even the Health Center. The second tip I would like to give you guys is advocate for yourself. Ask questions. You can ask anyone, the advising team, you can ask the Career Center team questions, even ask your professors. The third is always connect with your professors by going to office hours. They're always there for you. You're basically paying everyone. You're paying our wages. So use us, take advantage of us. The fourth tip I'd like to give you guys is stay organized and always practice time management skills. That is a huge, huge part of your college success. The fifth tip I like to give you guys is try new things and make new friends. Just get involved with your school. Some don'ts I do not recommend you do is procrastinate or overschedule yourself. You always want to get that time management down. The second tip is never, ever study last minute. Always create time for yourself, like say a week before or 3 days before a test, and just sit down and study. Find a quiet place, study. The third tip is do not forget to visit your academic advisors to plan ahead. You always want to keep in touch with your advisors. They are there to help you. A fourth tip that you shouldn't do is never forget about yourself. Always think about your mental healthness, and just go to our health center, psychological services. They're always there for you. They're always open. My fifth tip to not do is do not forget to utilize the academic support services, the writing center, the supplemental instructions. They're always there for you guys. And that's it on my part. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Christian. And I just realized that they're not numbered correctly.
Yeah,
But thank you for going. I just noticed that right now. Anyhow, thank you for letting everyone know about the do's and don'ts. We're going to finish up with Handshake. Lauren's going to take us through Handshake. And right here, real quickly, before I turn off my share, this is the instructions from My Coyote on how to log in, and Lauren's going to take you through that. And of course, you're going to have access to this information later on too.
Alrighty, can you guys see my screen? Okay, so if you're not familiar already, I know we're all, or most of you guys are all freshmen, we're all freshmen. This is kind of what My Coyote looks like. So I'm a fourth year, so I've been doing this a lot. Here you can see that you can access your student email, your Blackboard account, student center, but today we're gonna focus on Handshake. So we're gonna continue to scroll down and we'll see employment opportunities. So we're gonna press on employment opportunities, and the only thing that is gonna come up is actually Handshake. So many students try to log on through Handshake through Google, and that's actually the incorrect way because your My Coyote account doesn't link with it. So a lot of students come to the Career Center and have problems with logging in, and we say, well, how did you log in? And they say, I looked it up. So the important way to, and the right way to log into your Handshake is to go through My Coyote. So here we have Handshake. This is what it'll look like. Let's look at the jobs section first. So we're gonna go to the jobs tab, which is right here on the top. We're gonna press it, and a lot of students come asking if we know of any jobs that are going on campus, and we kind of refer them to Handshake. So on here, Handshake is very cool because you're able to filter out depending on what job you're looking for. So if you want a full-time, a part-time, on campus, you would press the filters, and the jobs are right here on the left-hand side. So depending on what fits your interest or your major, you would press the job, and then you would also right here press apply. So this is where you would find jobs through Handshake. Now let's go to our events tab, which is right here next to the jobs tab. And this is where the Career Center tries to put all our upcoming events. So for example, if we scroll down, we do have our Fall 2020 Career Readiness Series events that are gonna take place on August 25th. And we also do have our virtual career fairs. So as a freshman, you probably won't be attending these virtual career fairs yet, but maybe your sophomore or junior, senior years, you probably will. But this is where you'll find all of your events that are coming up, and you'll be able to register and see what Zoom links that we will be using, since we will be doing these all virtual. And then the most important thing to look at is right here at the top right. Let me push right here. It says Career Center. So we're gonna press Career Center, and this is where you can book your 30-minute appointment with the career counselor. So right here, we do have our appointment section, any resources that we have. You can take a survey if you would like, but let's press the appointments tab, and this is what will pop up. So if you want to schedule a new appointment, you'll press this blue button, and if you have any upcoming appointments, they will all be listed here, and you can also keep track of any past appointments you had as well. So we're going to press schedule a new appointment, and here you can choose to either take one via Zoom online or via phone appointment. And here are all the topics that you can explore with a career counselor. So this is kind of what Handshake has to offer. There's more resources as well. I would really suggest to create your profile right here and upload your resumes and stuff. But please take note of Handshake, and this is an important resource for you guys. So that's what Handshake is.
And Lauren, like Valentina mentioned last time in our last
Thank
session,
you,
could you
Lauren.
talk about drop-ins really quickly?
Yes.
And the career bot?
Okay, so I believe the career bot is when you log onto our website, and at the bottom corner, it'll come up kind of saying, do you need any help? So feel free to use that resource. You can type in any question. And then we do, yeah, let's see if it pops up right. Okay, and then we do have our drop-in resources. So our drop-ins are, they're starting on the 24th, the Monday, and they're gonna start that week from Wednesday and Thursday from 2 to 4. So during a drop-in, right here, as you can see on the screen, it's kind of what you can get help with. So resume, a cover letter, or questions about Handshake, and they're with PCEs such as me or Crystal or Christian, and they're 15 minutes. So if those times don't work with you, you're always welcome to schedule an appointment with a career counselor. But the little bot is right there. It's right there where it says, hello, can I help with anything? So yeah, that's what it looks like. So yes, you can either come for a drop-in or schedule an appointment with a counselor. That's 30 minutes.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm gonna go back to the slides. We have a couple of the things that we want to make sure you know about before we wrap up our session, and then we go into the Q&A part. Whoops.
Okay, so to wrap things up, you should know that on our Career Center website, we have a page listed for the four-year pathway information. All of these PowerPoints with all of the college-specific links and the recordings for these, we're going to be putting those on the website, so you can find all the resources that we talked about in this PowerPoint on that web page. And then I'm going to give everyone a minute, because you won't need all 60 seconds, but I would like you to take out your phone now and grab the QR code in your photo. That's going to take you to our survey. A survey is going to take you less than 60 seconds to fill out. We just need your feedback. And while you're doing this, if you finish or if you have a question, you can raise your hand. You can put the question in the chat window, or you can just speak up during this moment right now. Also, if you want to email any of the counselors, you can go to the About Us page, where you'll find all of our contact information, and all the counselors right now are going to put our email address in the chat window. And then you can also email the Career Center at csusb.edu if you have any questions. Okay, and just to make we get this question extensively. Your academic advisor is going to be the one you want to go to when you need help choosing classes, okay? Your career counselor is going to be the one you go to for anything related to major and career. The counseling center has counselors that's going to help you for your mental health, okay? So just like Denise said about that triangle, all three of those individuals work together to help support you while you're at Cal State San Bernardino. So do we have any questions, Lauren, Crystal, Christian? No, not yet. Okay.
No,
and
I don't think so.
We're gonna stay on the call. We're gonna stay on this presentation for the next few minutes, just in case you have any questions. But Denise, you want to pull up that survey QR code? So if you haven't already done so, please use your phone, take the QR code in your photo window, and that's going to take you to the super short survey.
And I did mention in the chat, I put, if they did want the link, that they can also email us at the Career Center email inbox. And then I also want to mention that we're going to have this posted on our website. We're also going to send a follow-up email that's going to have the link in case you're not able to access and scan this code right here. So then you can give the feedback in a different way.
But you're not going to get this PowerPoint in your email if you haven't already sent us your Coyote ID number in the chat window. Okay. So Crystal Rosas has been the one collecting all those coyote IDs. So if you haven't already done so, make sure that Crystal has your coyote ID. And we will email you this PowerPoint. Oh, we're still getting coyote IDs there.
Yeah, I see that we still got a good number of students, so I wanted to appreciate, you know, the students being here and connecting with us. This is amazing. Thank you so much for being consistent. We wish that this is something at the beginning of a culture change in our university, and allowing you to know the value of you being informed and you understanding how to monetize your degree, or at least being prepared. I know that I've had a lot of conversations with students. A lot of this comes from confidence and knowing exactly the options. Obviously, nothing's ever a guarantee. I know we always have that thought, you know, I go to a counselor and he or she's gonna tell me, you know, step A, B, C, and D, and I'm gonna get this for sure. I want you to understand what career services is just like everything else. It's life. Because even the most qualified person sometimes do not get what they want, right? But even with that being said, you know, being prepared is going to be key to get what you want. So so just know that it's up to you to start developing these opportunities, to start developing connectiveness and meeting us personally. We're a great group, and again, I don't shy away of saying that you have the best career center in the university system, the CSU university system. So take full advantage of us, and I'm very proud to be part of this team. So come on over and meet us, and we're a cool bunch of people. Thank you so much for being here today, and know that our lines of communication are consistently open to you.
Thank you for coming. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Thank you, Lauren, Christian, and Crystal.
Thank you guys.